arrested abroad, which I swear to God, you got halfway through one episode, is just like, I'm not even going to Rhode Island. I am not leaving, when you leave your tribe. Like, you're an American, you live in America, and then all of a sudden you go somewhere else and you do some, right? And you get your dumb caught. Then what do? You try to reach out to your local senator. Like, hey, man, I'm on your team, and they're, like, keeping me over here, man. Like, that's not cool, right? And then you realize, your value. When all of a sudden you realize you've been left unprotected. And your own country is fine with you testing the free agent market in different prisons around the globe. That's when you're just like, oh, no. I was believing all that they said every 4 years when I actually pay attention to politics. When they fucking, when they gas up Joe Six-Pack. Yeah, he puts his pants on one leg at a time. He gets cancer from the local fucking area where they were testing atomic weapons back in the 50s and 60s, and now we're not going to help him out. But once a year, we give him a shout-out. And we talk about how he puts his pants on. And then after that, when, he can't get a fucking job or he's, lost a limb fighting for this country, then we don't know him. But once every 4 years, maybe the beginning of a football game, we'll parade him out. There he is, Joe Six-Pack. He only hit his wife once. That was a surprise ending there, right? I was sitting there going, you got to remember these guys. That was just my way of saying, aren't we all just a little bit flawed? Somebody gave, what's his face? Brian Holtzman gave me this book. He's going to be on my podcast. He gave me this book, what the fuck? Killers of the something moon. Killers of the Leaf Moon or something like that. It's just another one of these fucking stories that they just don't tell you about when you're coming up in grade school. It's always like, okay, a bunch of white people came over here with buckles on their shoes because they were getting away from religious persecution, which now is kind of fucking hilarious to me. You're like fucking going to persecute me because I'm going to church? It's like, all right, I won't go. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, twist my fucking arm. Hey, you know what? I'd go to church, but there's too much persecution out there. Oh my God, that's not what religious persecution is. Religious persecution is making somebody go to church every Sunday. Remember that? Your parents making you get up? Oh, you just have that fucking feeling in your stomach. You put on that itchy sweater. You go down there and there'd be that fucking old guy up there and he would just be going, like it would always go really fast up to, and this is the word of the Lord. And people would be like, thanks be to God. And then the guy break into his homily. I live alone in the rectory, drink a lot of wine that hasn't been blessed. Every once in a while, I volunteer for some sort of activity with little boys, but we're not going to talk about that. And he would just go on and on and on and on. And you would just be sitting there. Wrap it up. Just fucking wrap it up. Fabulous Thunderbirds. Wrap it up. I'll take it. Right? And finally, this old unmarried fucking poor bastard with no fly on his pants, like he couldn't shimmy him down if he got a hooker, right? I'd love to have illegal sex with you, but I just can't get these damn things off. Oh, well, you see what they do is they sew them onto you. What was your name? Porsche? Oh, Impala. Sorry, Impala. What they do is they sew them around your hips, and then you just keep eating the body of Christ. And each week you get a little fatter. And then that's it. It's like a chastity belt for a guy. Those black priest slacks. Rayon, It's funny, the same pants that priests wear is the same one that all real estate agents wore when I was growing up. It was sort of the Nancy Reagan power suit. I thought that was fitting because, both groups of people were fucking you, right? Oh, Jesus, Bill. Was I talking about this on stage or was I talking on my podcast? Or I said I was talking about how because porn is free now and these abused women can't make any money, like I feel like they're now all getting into real estate, like judging like what real estate agents look like now. At a Ron Burgundy party, when they would back in the day when your hairy-chested friend was coming to town, Make sure he has a good time when he's out here, huh, dollface? Okay, daddy. Right? And then they fucking go out and they ride the guy clinging to his chest hair. Whatever happened to chest hair? Is that going to come back? If the mullet is back, you got to think chest hair at some point is going to come back. What about, remember that little toothbrush thing that they had for guys that you could like manicure your whole body? So it's like, how fucking long does that take for the average Greek man or Italian guy to fucking get ready for work if you're going to give him, he needs like a dustbuster level one, right? Now you get someone like me, I got the orangutan hair, so I mean, it doesn't even show up. You could give me, I could use one of those things. I'm in the land of Martha Stewart right now. She's a Connecticut person, right? I'm staying out here in Connecticut. I like Connecticut, right? It's got everything you could possibly want here. From, gang activity to, you just sort of have, you could do like 20 seasons of behind the scenes in prisons and American greed. Connecticut's a very interesting state, and I think that's why they don't have... Anytime you're in a state that doesn't have any professional sports teams, I always feel like they're up to something. Like this is where the super rich go to hang out and stuff like that, out on the prairies out there. Charred cities. People on fire. If you catch on fire because of this heat wave, what to do if you catch on fire? We're not going to discuss how we ended up here. What to do when the water that you wanted to use to brush your teeth starts boiling before it gets to your mouth. Here's the 5 things that you can do to not scald your gums. Today we have anti-scalding your gum expert, Tammy fucking what's her, right? And she's going to sit here with her priest whore real estate slacks on, and she's going to let us know how in 2027 you go about brushing your teeth. There's a lot of people are starting to say that the incredible rise in halitosis is actually not caused by boiling water that the water that you can't get to your mouth before it starts boiling. It's actually the cause of global warming. It's the bad breath. That is the new, now of course liberals are calling this misinformation. Conservatives are calling this socialism. But I'm still making $400,000 a week to read this bullshit to you. And I have enough money to have my own fire department that will spray foam on top of my house when it ignites and onto me as I roll around in the yard. What am I talking about? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm fucking getting used to the time change out here. My son got up at fucking still 6 in the morning. 6 in the morning, doesn't matter what time zone we're in, which is like 3 o'clock our time. standing there like a zombie making fucking oatmeal. And I forgot he doesn't like milk in his oatmeal. He's like, Dad, I don't, no want milk. No want milk. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I can't take the milk out of it. And he's like, okay, bye-bye, Dada. And he just fucking walks away. He's a very confident little kid. Very confident little kid.